Welcome to Simply Raw Podcast. This podcast is about a Black female hidden figure, the talented Gladys West. What she could not have guessed was that her education would lead to the invention of one of our most widely used innovations, GPS. Gladys West became a mathematician whose contributions led to the invention of the GPS, the Global Positioning System. Gladys West knew from an early age that she didn't want to be a farmer. She was born in 1930 in Dimwittle County, Virginia, helping her family harvest crops on the family's small farm. This work started before daybreak and lasted into the heat of the afternoon. She hated the dirt. She dreamed about the building behind the trees at the end of the farm, which was her school and her ticket to freedom from the farm. West Elementary School was a 3-mile walk away, over the small streams and through the woods. Students were all Black, and they were taught in one room. But West quickly excelled. Her parents tried to save some money in order to send her to college, but their circumstances would not permit it. A teacher announced that the state was giving a college scholarship to 2 of the top students from her year, and of course she was one of those students. When West graduated from high school, a scholarship allowed her to attend Virginia State College, a historically Black university. Her math teacher helped her earn extra money, offering her a part-time job babysitting. She majored in mathematics, which was largely studied by men during that time. West graduated, became a teacher, then returned to the university a few years later and earned a master's degree in mathematics. West was offered a job at a naval base in Dahlgren, Virginia. As the second Black woman to be hired as a programmer at the base, she was one of only 4 Black employees. The Navy was bringing in computers, and she was hired to do programming and coding for the huge machines. Despite her intellectual abilities and career success, she dealt with the feelings of inferiority, as did many African Americans. So this drove her to work as hard as she could. West decided to be the best she could be and just get recognition for her work. This was during the time of sit-ins to desegregate restaurants and places of transport. She supported peaceful protests, but was told that she couldn't participate because of her government work. Blacks were faced with a stigma. Most whites only knew Blacks who worked in their homes and yards. West did her best to be a role model as a Black person, be respectful, do her work, and find ways to silently contribute to protests. She quickly climbed the ranks and gained the admiration and respect of her colleagues. In the early 60s, West took part in an award-winning study that proved the regularity of Pluto's motion relative to Neptune. According to a 2018 press release by the U.S. Air Force, in 1979, she received a commendation for her hard work from her department head. She then became project manager for the CSAT radar altimetry project. CSAT was the first satellite that could monitor the oceans. She programmed an IBM 7030 stretch computer, which was significantly faster than other machines at the time, to provide calculations for an accurate geodetic Earth model. This detailed mathematical model of the shape of the Earth was a building block for what would become the GPS system. Again, West went to classes in the evening and gained another master's degree in public administration from the University of Oklahoma. In 1998, at the age of 68, after 4 decades at the base, it was time to retire. So after retirement, she intended to focus on her PhD, but then she had a stroke. As soon as she left the hospital, she started working on her recovery. She would finish her dissertation and gain her PhD in public administration and policy affairs in 2000 at the age of 70. West started to get recognition as one of the hidden figures for her contribution to the development of the GPS system. In 2018, West was inducted into the U.S. Air Force Hall of Fame. Her work has at last been written into history. We all know this is a rare feat for a Black woman. When West watched the film Hidden Figures, a drama about the 3 African-American female mathematicians working for NASA, she finally felt seen. It made her realize there were probably many hidden Black women making scientific contributions across the world. She appreciates the March for Black Lives Matters, and she hopes the calls for justice on the streets will translate into support for more women and Black people in science and mathematics.